Hey scrappers, if you're looking to figure out what materials you should sell this week or hold this week, now is the time to do it. Our weekly report is going to give you that information, up-to-date market news, pricing. Let's get right into it. We'll talk about it inside. Hey scrappers, Tom here. It's the 30th of August, last Wednesday of August. So hope everyone's doing well going into Labor Day weekend, getting ready to kick your feet up for a couple days and maybe not do some labor for a few days. Enjoy all the hard work you've done this year. So here we are. Hey, right off the bat, check out these awesome shirts. We have a Labor Day promo, 20% off on our sale, our site. So if you're looking for shirts, hats, stuff like that, please check it out. And if you're looking to buy new gear, we also just had a really cool blog post about work gloves that we use at Rockway Recycling when we go off site. All different gloves that we use. There's a few different ones from rubber liner gloves to heavy winter gloves. So check that out. We have some cool things there. So whether you're going to get a new shirt or you're looking for some new work gloves or you're looking for us to review other items or tell you about other things that we use here, let us know. We're always looking forward to doing that. So what's happened in the last week with the markets? Let's start with catalytic converters right now. Now, we've had a lot of people online talking about catalytic converters and talking about car scrap. And don't forget, we're going to be filming a bunch of different videos in the next few weeks going over how to take a car apart, the valuable parts of it, etc. So that's going to help you out. But if you're looking for an idea on catalytic converter prices, let me give you kind of an overview of what's going on in the market. In the last week or so, we've seen platinum prices go up almost 5%. Now, here's the issue. Platinum prices going up 5% is great, right? But it doesn't move the needle that much anymore when it comes to catalytic converter prices. Now, we're going to pull up some prices right now brought to us by rrcats.com. Don't forget, they offer free shipping on all OEM catalytic converters, free price quotes, and 10-day price lock guarantees, along with those labels through UPS. So when I look at this price, I'm looking at the national average catalytic converter OEM at $85 right now. Now, if we click on that and we can look at some of these prices, you're not going to see the needle moving that much, but you're going to start to see a little bit of a running curve. If you look here, you're looking at these prices, they're not really moving from those mid 80 numbers. Now, with platinum jumping up 5%, you would think that that would be a market mover, but here are the things that you don't think about. Palladium prices are drastically down compared to where they were. If we can go back to the price list real quick and go towards the bottom, you're going to see all the way. Do we have keep going? Precious metal market. If you look here, platinum at 967, rhodium at 37.25, and palladium at 12.26. Now, for us to take these prices and really move the market, we're going to need to see the palladium price specifically going over $1,600 an ounce, which is about a 25 to 30% increase from where we are right now. Platinum prices moving 5% move the needle slightly, right? But with rhodium prices at 3,700, down from the all-time crazy high of 30,000, what we need is all three of these metals to be able to move up in price. And without that happening, you're not going to see an increase in the catalytic converter markets. And I have a lot of friends that own larger auto wreckers. And when the prices kind of dipped down back in kind of March, April, they're like, oh, we're not going to sell any of our cats. And they've been holding on to them, expecting those markets to go back up. And I'm very much the opposite. I get things in, I send things out very quickly. And now they have all these catalytic converters from almost 6 months now, and their prices on them have gone down by 40 or 50%. And there's just no increased market demand right now. So we're just not seeing that going on, but we are seeing more people selling to rrcats.com because they don't want to hold on to these cats anymore. So check those out on the catalytic converter side. Markets, copper market, let's pull up some prices. I can't believe that we've been as strong as we are in August, which is traditionally a very weak month. Now we've seen the Bear Bright price moving up, crossing back into that $3 range. But if you look at the decrease month over month, we're still down about 11%. on reported prices. And when we're talking about these prices are coming from you. Let's click on Bear Bright. Let's look at some of these markets: 309, $2.50, $3, $2.80, $3.30, $3.45. These are all just in the last couple of days. So if you've received a price on Bear Bright, please make sure you update and you add that price to the app. It is easy to upload. You can download the app for free, upload it through the website, through the mobile app, through the iPhone or the Droid, and make sure you kind of mark your chart and you help us change these prices to closer to what they are nationally. But if we're looking at some of these copper prices, we are going to see them slightly down, even though we've seen a bit of a week over week stabilization. Copper prices have been strong. You'll see some prices moving a little bit. Most of these numbers are going to be in the red because we are seeing them down over the last 30 days or so. But what we are starting to see is a little bit of a floor taking place. And I read an article and I posted a video yesterday to members only on YouTube, or I'm going to post it. Sorry, I don't even know when we post stuff. So many videos out there that we make. But it was just echoing a lot of what I talk about with the copper prices. Without China and India and some major world market movers jumping into the market, I really don't expect to see much more of a price change of what we're seeing now, up and down in the same range for the balance of this year. I'm continuing to recommend kind of selling some of your copper. I just don't see those numbers going back to $5 a pound. I just don't see it happening. The demand isn't there. But what we have seen week over week is another stabilization in the market. And a lot of traders are saying that a lot of economies are just not moving the way they want. Now, I will say August and September are traditionally 2 of the 4 months out of the year that I consider slower. January is a little bit of a funny month coming off the holidays. People are getting kind of their taxes together. That's never a market mover. But the end of August and really all of August is a heavy vacation month. A lot of furnaces, not only in the United States, but across the world, will shut down. And they'll do a lot of work. So August and September is when a lot of kids are going back to school. A lot of people are getting off the vacation kick. You're getting your full staff up and running generally, but we're just not seeing these markets moving in any type of a strong way in the upward trajectory. And I just don't see copper moving like that anytime soon. Other things going on. Let's talk about some of the things that we were talking about inside of the social media. We had an ingot video last week. So I'd love to hear about your recommendations. We got our own little kiln, I believe, right? We got our own little kiln, and we started to just test what it's like making ingots because so many of you love the idea of ingots. So we did test some aluminum cans. We're now going to go and test some copper in the coming days. We'll post some of those videos. I'm not doing it to make money on ingots. I'm really learning about how they're made and what you guys do to kind of make these ingots, because we've had such pushback over the years when it comes to ingots, people selling them online. How do we sell them to the scrapyard? So we wanted to test the theory ourselves. So let us know if you have any tips for us. We'll continue to kind of make those videos and learn about those ingots moving forward. But our car series that's coming up that we're going to be filming for in the next few weeks is really one of the big kickers. And we've had a lot of people that have been commenting on what they want us to make videos on. So if there's a specific thing inside of the car, on the car, under the car, in the car that you want us to talk about, let us know and we'll add that onto the car list, because it is such a popular topic. Whether you're a tow driver that's picking up junk cars, a scrapper that's picking up junk cars, an auto wrecker that watches us looking to learn what people think about, we want to hear what you're thinking about and what your questions are. Otherwise, we can't answer them. So we'll be able to work on that in the coming days as well. Now, one interesting thing that I'm keeping in mind right now, and that's the price of gold. So gold prices right now are around, I believe, $1,945 per ounce. And I'm watching that because gold prices generally have a little bit of a upswing when we see a lot of fear in the market. Now, we did see the price of gold cross $2,000 multiple times, but what we've seen the last few months is really a bit of a stabilization. Everyone in the beginning of the year was talking about a recession kicking in, and the Federal Reserve has done a pretty decent job because we haven't really seen that. We've seen a strong job market, we've seen wage growth. While inflation is coming down, it's really a relative thing because it's coming down compared to last year, which means that the markets are still up. So gold was a heavy commodity. Look, you're in 1973, we're trading at, and if you can expand that to a, can you click on the max? Yeah. If you click on the max, you can see that we're really hovering at all-time high gold prices. Now, of course, all things are relative because more money is in the system compared to the 1980s or even the 2000s. But we are seeing a lot of people continuing to invest in gold kind of as a safe haven. And another reason people are doing that, it's almost similar to how people are investing in government bonds or CDs right now, opposed to other commodities. They just want a little security. 5% return is a good return, where commodities right now are jumpy. You know, you look at these copper prices, these gold prices, these platinum prices, they really have jumped a bit, and people aren't as secure as they were in the markets. You know, I was at a scrapyard earlier today, and I was talking to one of the guys that I do business with, and I was just asking if he was holding on to anything, a large steel processor. He had a very quick and loud no, I'm not holding on to anything because I still think that we could see a market downturn. And while steel prices have held, and we can pull up some of the steel prices right now, you know, a lot of people still just don't know what's going on in these markets. So when we look at these prices and we try to figure things out week to week, we try to give you advice, right? We try to give you the best advice that we can off the information that we get. But what we don't know is where things are going, what market news is going to take place. If you look at this, we've seen some upward trends in the last month or so, which is great. Some people are probably going to comment, hey, what's the storm in Florida going to do to affect the steel prices? Probably little to nothing. We've said that a lot of these natural disasters that happen, and our hearts go out to the Floridians that are getting hit right now, but they affect the residential side opposed to the commercial side. And residential is a lot more wood and plastic and not a lot of metal.
We just shared a blog on that too, the effect of commercial versus residential.
Okay, so you should check that out, the effect of scrap on commercial versus residential scrap, or excuse me, the effect of scrap prices versus from residential versus commercial. That's going to give you a really idea. We try to give people ideas of things that we think about on the scrapyard side of things to kind of share them to you. This way you know what's going on. But if you look at these steel prices, you're not seeing big price drops. If you scroll down a little bit, we'll look at some light iron prices. That's generally a good gauge. And if we click on light iron, we're looking at an average of 141 bucks a ton, 6 cents a pound, 155, 170, 120. And you can look, these are prices from Pennsylvania, Kentucky, Louisiana, Michigan, Ohio, California, and Texas. So really nice mix of all over the country prices in the last few days, giving you an idea what's going on, but we're just not seeing big market movement when it comes to steel. And this is what I've been saying for months. I'm not holding any. If big steel processors aren't really holding any, it's one of those bulky items you want to move. We're not seeing a lot of good pricing here. Shred up slightly compared to light iron, but we're still not seeing here. You can look at this 160, 140, 135, 157 cents. These prices, you know, they're just, it is what it is. I'm not here to justify anything. I'm just here to talk about things. And I just don't see, from a scrapper point of view, a big market increase coming. You know, I do a lot of large projects. I have demolition contractors that I buy from, etc. And I'm not advising anyone to hold on to anything. And that really is the truth. You know, a lot of these guys that work on big projects, they have the ability to accumulate material. And I'm telling them, move it out as quickly as you get it. So it just gives you the ability to know where the markets are moving. But and let me show you something real quick. It's our iScrap store, has some of our gear on it that you can buy from us. You know, don't forget Labor Day discount, 20% off. So you can just look here. We got safety jackets, safety shirts, cool shirts. I'm actually wearing the Scrap Harder shirt right now. We got the Hustle shirt. We got some phone cases that are out there. Here, Scrap Harder, you got different shirt colors and different sizes. Of course, we got those double and triple XLs for many of you out there that are I don't know, widely inclined like I tend to be. Big scrappers, right? Those double X guys. So check this out. Just cool thing. Yeah, you do need room to move around, and I like the yellow shirt the most. I'm a bright shirt guy when it comes to working. When I go to job sites, I'm always wearing a yellow or an orange or a vest or something like that. So just a good idea for you to keep in mind. But overall, markets week over week, oil prices are still being tested, and they're still expecting some of these oil prices to increase going into September. Some more oil cut in production from the Middle East was known. Saudi Arabia was talking about that. So that's going to affect things like we talked about a few weeks ago with Mark Champagne, our energy economist. We just have a bit of a spotty oil and gas market, and that's going to lead to some prices being increased. But we are seeing the trucking situation on the road starting to loosen itself up. So we're starting to get cheaper rates to move material, which is good, which is going to help increase the price at the scrapyard, because what does the scrapyard want? If their costs are going down, instead of saving that money and pocketing it, many of them then push it into the scrap prices. This way they can get more aggressive, get more scrap in, and continue to move it. I've learned that the more you get in is generally better over time, because when you have quick downturns, I have a friend who lost a contract and it erased about 40% of his material coming in. Just relying on one customer for that much really hurts. So scrapyards like to have a big flow of material from all different places, kind of offset different things. So scrappers, today's August 30th. We hope that everyone has a good Labor Day. Check out our YouTube page. Please report your prices. It's so easy to do on the app. We have some notifications that remind you of that during the week. So check that out. Let us know if there's anything you want us to video or talk about. Until next week, I'll scrap you later.
Thanks for checking out this scrap video. For more exclusive scrap video content, please become a YouTube member of our channel today. Thank you, and I'll scrap you later.